We're talking about hot topics today. Man, we got a lot of hot topics, but, I don't know which one we're going to start with. Let me look on my phone here. We did have one about Taraji P. Henson. We're not going to talk about that because we don't have the clip. We've had some technical difficulties, so we don't have the clips.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with the school shooting.
We're going to start off with the school shooting.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts?
I think America has become numb to school shooting. Mm-hmm. It's happening so much, and nobody is doing anything or very little. And, the last time AR-15s and things like that were in Congress, the Congress voted again to be able to have AR-15s. So we're letting our kids be shot up, and there ain't a damn thing we're doing about it to try to prevent it. And I think that's a damn shame.
Right. You know what? Honestly, I've been all over the place on this issue, Chris. Kids definitely need to feel safe in school. You know what I mean? Definitely. How to go about making that happen is really, I've been all over the place about that. So my daughter was in kindergarten the same time that happened in Sandy Hook. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, Sandy Hook hurt me to my soul. It disturbed me in a way nothing has ever disturbed me before. And I used to think like, man, if only that guy, if he would have survived, he wouldn't have took his own life. I would have put him in the room with those parents and let them have at him. You know what I mean? Chris, I would go, and the elementary school was like behind my house. Mm-hmm. And I would sit on my back porch and think how fast I could get over that fence and get to the elementary school after I heard the first shot. And I thought about that for weeks. I would sit on my back porch thinking about it. That's how disturbed I was about Sandy Hook. And so the school shooting situation has always been, it's always disturbed me to my core. You know what I mean? Kids having to go through that.
I kind of feel the same way because going even back further than Sandy Hook, going back to Columbine, that kid and his family, even though they were living in Colorado at the time, they were from my hometown, Columbus, Ohio. So there was a little bit of a connection there that, that I knew. And first of all, from Columbine to today, to the shootings in Georgia, America is mentally sick. We're mentally sick because we cannot protect our children because of this gun law. We are too smart not to be able to figure out how we can protect our children. If we can't protect our children, we can't protect our future. That means we may not have an army. That means we may not have a future leader. The presidents and so forth that can be in those classes. We're killing all of those people. We are killing ourselves from the inside out, and there's something that has to be done. What is going to be done? I'm hoping that we start with electing a president and we continue to vote down ballot to make sure that we give her the tools that are necessary to make sure that we can change some of these things around.
Right. I tell you what, I'm going to be the devil's advocate for 1 second.
Uh-oh.
So, no, because you have some people who are saying, you know what, there are 350 million Americans somewhere around there. So with 350 odd million Americans, and you have one incident here, one incident there, one incident here. So because you have one incident where a parent didn't lock up their weapon, or you have one incident where a kid got a hold of a gun, should 350 million other people lose their constitutionally protected rights?
Okay.
So because of one person.
Can I respond?
Please, that's why I posed the question.
Okay. First of all, this is like that thing that they talk about eating an elephant. You got to do it a bite at a time. The first thing we got to do, there ain't a damn reason why people should be walking around with AR-15. Okay. That's number one. So outlaw them. And because all of these shootings that have happened with AR-15 type assault rifle. Okay. So get rid of them.
Okay.
So if you get rid of them, then hopefully those school shootings and so forth will go down. That's the first thing, the first priority that we want to deal with. We're not taking away your right to be able to own guns. We're not taking away your right to be able to own rifles. We're not taking away your right to be able to own handguns. But we are taking your right away to be able to have assault rifles that are actually killing our kids.
Okay.
Now, if it continues to happen, then we might have to take a little something else away. Okay. But you can decide how much of it, for me, it's very difficult to say that we're a civilized society,
right,
and we're the only ones that nightly news, who got shot in the head,
right,
and, all this kind of stuff that, you got to what. It's ridiculous.
It is. I agree. Gun violence in this country is at that pandemic levels. It is ridiculous. But I mean, I'm like I said, I'm playing the devil's advocate. So let's say you restrict AR-15s, right? Now, it's easier to smuggle a Glock into school than it is an AR-15.
Okay.
And so people are saying, oh, a 30-round clip. You can get an extended mag. A Glock already has 19 rounds, and if you get an extended clip, it's easy to go in there with an extended clip and have 50 rounds in a Glock, which is 20 more than you would have and it's a more considerable package.
Okay.
So, I mean, is that really going to solve the issue by targeting one boogeyman gun?
Have we tried it? Have we tried it yet? No. And if we haven't tried it, we don't know if it's going to work yet. It may not work. You may be right. It may not work, okay? But we got to try it first, okay? We cannot sit here and continue to talk about this subject and not have tried anything, okay? We're just philosophizing otherwise, okay? What if, if you did.
I'm just playing the boogeyman. I'm playing the devil's advocate. I'm playing the devil's advocate.
I mean, I'm getting ready to treat you like Fred.
I see the gloves. I see the gloves coming out, right?
I'm getting ready to start beating up on you.
I'm just playing the devil's advocate. That's why I said I had to announce that up front. I'm just playing the devil. So, I mean, it's just, you have, because that's their counter argument, right? So that's the Republicans' counter argument is that one, we have weapons that are even more concealable, and two, we were demonizing this one particular weapon, and at what point does it come down to more personal responsibility, and at what point why do I have to surrender my right because you couldn't control your kid? I mean, or even this. If somebody goes out and they are a drunk driver and they kill somebody on a motorcycle, right? Mm-hmm. Does that mean I have to give up my driver's license? Does that mean I have to give up my car? Does it mean I have to give up my motorcycle? Does it mean what do I have to give up because somebody else couldn't control themselves or maintain themselves? Or
okay. Let's say like the motorcycle or the car accident people. Okay, let's do them. Those people can't have any more guns. Okay. They've lost their rights to guns. All I'm saying to you is that something has to be done. Don't sit here and say that because this has happened, how can you be a civilized country and still have this right to bear arms and killing people every day? We're killing ourselves. Right. It ain't like somebody's the Constitution says the right to bear arms for the right to form a militia or something like that. We ain't forming no militia. You a one-man militia. You killing off all these kids, man, with one person. So when you talk about the Glock, from my standpoint, I probably shouldn't be raising my voice, but you get me excited.
I love it. I want it. I feel like Fred.
Look, a Glock, first of all, I think that in today's times, there's two things that should be installed in every school. Number one is air conditioning. Okay?
I would hope, yeah.
You got a lot of these schools, man, that can't survive the global increase because of air conditioning. They can't be in the school because of the air conditioning. Number two, they need to have detectors so that the kids, when they walk in, if they got that Glock, we're going to catch it. Now, with that AR-15, he can stand way out there on the hill, okay, and just take shots, just knock them off.
Okay. No, I understand. No, for instance, so my kids went to Reagan, right? So I know at Reagan, there's a steel gate. When you come up there, you press a button. The people in the office they look at you. Some instances, depending on who's working, you pull your ID out and put it up to the camera. Mm-hmm. They buzz you in. You walk through that giant set of wrought iron steel metal gate or whatever, and you go up to the door.
And let me just say something. Mm-hmm. Folks, this is a privileged guy right here. I don't know no other school in my end of town that's got no steel doors.
Oh, no, they don't play with it. So, and then once you get to the door, they have to buzz you in again. Right. And so they buzz you in again, and the office is up front. So you go right into the office. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and of course, they have resource officers assigned to the campus and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, they have, and there are metal detectors. So there are solutions that they've put in place without any kind of constitutional restriction, is what I'm saying. So, but I mean, these are examples I'm throwing out there because I know what they're going to say. You know what I mean? I know what they're going to say. But no, again, it is, I agree with you 100%. It's a tragedy. Our kids should feel safe in school, and we definitely need to definitely do something. You know what I mean? Not just, and again, it's just, charging the parents, I thought that was that's a great step. I think the technology is there to where we can have thumbprints where you can't use a firearm without a thumbprint, without a fingerprint. That technology is readily available. It's been available for years and years and years. Again, legal mechanisms for charging the parents who don't have their guns locked up, who give access to, whose kids have access to these weapons.
I like the thumbprint thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's just a variety of solutions. Metal gates, detectors at the entrances. You know, you don't want your school to become a prison, but there has to be security measures going into that school.
You know what I want to find out? Where did all the hippies go? Because I want to go wherever they are, okay, and have free love and smoke some ganja, okay? I don't want to be firing no guns.
But then again, they may be coming back, because remember, marijuana laws are changing.
Now that's making the gun people crazy.
So you may be able to find them in Colorado and California, man.
But look, we want to touch on a different, some other subjects before we close out.
We got to start the charging the parents, right? Or I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Charging the parents was another big thing. So they did charge the parent.
Yeah, they charged the father with having given the gun to the student. Right. And I think you can expand upon that because you talked about they had found out so much information.
Yeah, so the FBI had gone to this kid's house because he had made several threats in the past against other students, wanting to do violence or harm against other students. So even after the FBI had gone to this guy's house, I think twice it was, the parent buys the kid an AR-15 for Christmas. Which in Georgia is not illegal, but if you already know your kid is having adjustment issues, he's being bullied in school, he's made death threats, why on earth would you buy the kid an AR-15? You know what I mean? To me, that's insane. That money should have been spent on counseling. You know what I mean? Hey, I understand you going to the high school is a difficult transition.
And how did he try it out for Christmas?
Man, so that is but
everything I get for Christmas, I want to try out. Okay.
No, we have a problem. We definitely have a problem, and Republicans are not the solution. All their statements have been ridiculous. J.D. Vance's statement has been ridiculous. Trump has been running scared. He's been silent on the issue. But his previous statements, every time there's been an issue, has fallen way short.
Well, before we close out, I want to take on
so we have some other stuff, right?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do one more. We had a whole bunch of stuff, but for the sake of time, I think we don't want to make this too long.
Okay, no limit on hot topic. Let's roll.
Let's roll. Okay. Well, then we'll keep rolling there, man. We'll roll for 2 hours. The McDonald's thing, man. McDonald's is been having some financial issues, and they are revamping their menu. So you are going to see, if you go to McDonald's, you're going to see some new things. And the other thing that McDonald's wants to do is to be able to bring in new clientele. So they're trying to compete with the Dunkin' Donuts and with the Starbucks and different things like that. You can go in and possibly get a latte or something.
Oh, okay. I know
different
what
things
you're talking
like
about.
that.
Yeah, they what is that called? What is that?
Well, they do have the McCafe, I think is what it's called.
No, there's a new one that they put. They put it right down the street from my house.
I know, yeah.
And that thing has made traffic a nightmare. They should have put it somewhere else. But I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But that competes with
they ain't talking about that one per se. The actual McDonald's are changing as well.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They've got that one, what you're talking about, which I can't remember. I thought it was McCafe or something like that, but it's Mc something.
Yeah. Mick, I wish they would have put it somewhere else.
Right. Mick, I wish they would have put it.
Yeah. No,
but they have some new items on the menu, some items that I think are going to be more adult friendly than what they've had before.
Okay.
Some of their McFlurries and different things like that, I think they're taking out and they're going to do that, revise their whole menu. So, I'm not a big McDonald's fan, but for some things like coffee and breakfast, different things like that, I do go to McDonald's for those things. I don't eat any nuggets or burgers or anything like that.
They lost their way a long time ago. So when I was growing up, I'm not going to date myself, but when I was growing up, McDonald's was for kids. I mean, and every once in a while you can go to McDonald's, there'd be a Ronald McDonald guy dressed up or some other character. And McDonald's was the place where you wanted to have your birthday party when I was a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? You had your birthday party at McDonald's, you were big, big stuff. But
because I think McDonald's was before Chuck E. Cheese. They didn't have a Chuck E. Cheese at that time.
That's what McDonald's, but again, somehow, I don't know, they lost their way and they fell out of favor with kids and they try to bring in adult-friendly stuff and Big Mac and Quarter Pounders and all kinds of stuff. I guess they're competing with Whopper or something, but it's just, I think they've been adrift ever since they became less kid stuff, you know what I mean? Because the highlight was a Happy Meal, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't even know how many of those they still push, the Happy Meal and the toys and all that kind of stuff.
I think a lot of that is still going to go on. I think what's going to happen is that you're going to have the kids and then you're going to have adults, and both of them can possibly commingle. Because normally what happens is if you take a kid in there, you may not get something, but you might get something for your kid. Or you might get something really small or whatever, a Coke or, some fries or something like that to be able to have. But you're not really getting anything. They want you to spend more money.
Good luck.
So next topic. We don't have, I said earlier, we don't have the Taraji P. Henson clip, but man, let me tell you, she got a new hairdo and the outfit that she's wearing is she really wearing it?
I haven't seen it. So on this one, you lost me. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Taraji is, she's looking scrumptious. Let me put it that way.
I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
Scrumptious? You don't know what that is?
I don't know what scrumptious is. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen another woman in 30-something years.
Okay.
Jennifer, I have not seen or paid attention to another. I don't even know what they look like.
We're gonna show you Taraji's new look.
I don't want to see.
And the question for the audience is, we're not gonna stay on this because again, we don't have the picture. The picture says 1,000 words, and if we had that would really explain this. But the question is what do you think about her new look? If you haven't seen it, go ahead and Google it, see what you think, and leave us a comment in the comment section as to what you think about the new Taraji P. Henson look. She's got, I think, red hair and and she's wearing it's almost like a shirt that's a dress, and it's only got maybe one button, and the rest of it is, she's showing all the Taraji.
I'm not interested.
I'll tell you what.
Not interested.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll take another look for you.
Okay, well, you do that for
I'll take another look. You know what? We having too much fun.
So I remember there was another one that we were supposed to talk about that was hot today.
The Liz Cheney and Kamala Harris endorsement?
Was it? Okay. So I know we did cover that earlier a little bit, but I guess just touch on it.
We talked about her daddy.
It's groundbreaking. It is. So I guess what we can talk about this a little bit is Liz is actually supporting Colin Allred.
Huh?
She's supporting Allred.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. She came out. She did a whole interview. She said there's only one serious candidate for Senate, and it's not Ted Cruz. And she says she's voting and will be helping Colin Allred. So I guess she's going to be campaigning for him.
Wow.
I know. That is incredible. So, again, if you get that Republican permission structure going in Texas, where they can move enough Republicans,
right?
We may have a Democratic Texas senator.
They may be surprised that Texas may turn blue.
That's going to be, they're predicting it eventually, but with this new, like I say, this new Republican permission structure, with Liz campaigning for Allred, if he can bring on more Republicans, and they have that permission structure, finally get rid of Cruz. Allred said that when they were when the Capitol was under assault, he said he was trying to hold the door. He wanted to go hold the door to keep the people from getting into the chamber. Ted Cruz was hiding in a coat closet.
No.
He said it. So, Texas, who do you want for your senator? Do you want somebody hiding in a coat closet, or do you want former Baylor football player, someone who served in the military and who was willing to put his life at risk to save American democracy? So, Texas, do we want a Canadian carpetbagger named Ted Cruz, or do we want Allred? So it's up to you guys. I am so happy that the Harris campaign is opening their arms toward and embracing Republicans. They've transformed this from a campaign to a movement about America and about American democracy and about patriotism. And they are really, really, really expanding that tent and bringing in these Republicans. So Republicans, you're not MAGA. You want a home. You want a patriotic home. You saw the DNC's convention. You know where to go to. Vote blue.
Any final comment?
That's my final comment.
That's your final comment.
Vote blue.
Look, the only thing I'm going to say is that I've talked a lot about voting Democratic. And I only say that because I have a lot of friends, both from my father and me, that have been Republicans or are Republicans. And I believe that American democracy requires us to have some Republicans, but it does not require us to have the attitude that goes along with those MAGA people. Mm-hmm. Those MAGA people I despise, and I don't want those type of people. So when you begin to look at who you want to vote for, and if the choice becomes, do you vote for American democracy the way you have known it? Okay, it could be better, okay, but the way you've known it, or are you going to vote for something and somebody who is openly telling you they're going to be a dictator, they're going to turn things a certain way, and there's a possibility you may not be able to get out of this country? Those are my final comments. I'm saying this is Contemporary Black Voices, telling our story our way, and we'll see you next week.